and welcome to another video from Prempods. Today we shall be looking over match day 14, looking over what scores that we gave, seeing if I've got any closer to you, and yeah, let's get right into it. So I'll let you start since you pretty much predicted this game perfectly. Leicester City versus Manchester City.
Yes. So I said what we said last week, based on previous games at Leicester, especially when Leicester are at home to City, they don't get bad. I think if it was the other way around, it might have been a completely different scoreline.
Yeah.
But historically, with the games at Leicester, it's normally quite low scoring.
Yeah.
But City do just get out ahead. So that's why I went with 1-0 and I was correct.
Got the 3 points, mate.
Yeah.
I said 2-2 because I thought Leicester would get in some scoring form, but obviously City, unbelievable free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. That was just like...
And that's kind of what happens sometimes with City and Leicester, just like a moment of magic.
Yeah.
With the company.
Yeah, true.
That,
was that Leicester
games.
as well?
That was at Leicester as well, yeah. They normally do well against City, and it is kind of a moment of magic or a little mistake that creates that one goal. But yeah, this time De Bruyne stepping up as he usually does.
Yeah, great free kick. And the XG scores were absolutely correct on this one. As I said last week, Leicester should have scored between 0 and 1. They scored 0.
Yeah.
And City should have scored between 1 and 2. They scored 1. So XG, if you're going for that one, that would kind of be, if you're doing an XG for like a betting reason, you'd probably try and do the brackets there, right? Like 0 and 1, 2 and 3, those things. And then you would have won if you did 0 and 1 Leicester, 1 and 2 City.
Yeah.
So decent. Well, Kevin De Bruyne scored 49th minute. Let's look at the stats.
Yeah, there wasn't really
much. I don't even think that was a yellow. Might be a late one. No yellow cards. Nothing there. When we look at the stats, we've got 15 shots on target from Leicester. Or no,
from City. Yeah.
I always look at it the wrong way around, from the top to the bottom. So total shots, we've got 15 from City and 10 from Leicester. And then on target, we've got 5 on target for... That's Leicester, right?
Yeah.
And then 5 on target for City. So City just kind of took that one chance, which was a free kick. And then, would that even get rated as a shot on target because it hit the post? It was posted in. Does it just count as a goal?
No, yeah, of course, yeah.
Because a post
and in, isn't it?
But post and out is like not even on target, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah, no.
That one's weird. That's weird to me. But it makes sense. So it's probably in the favour of the bookies, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah, there's not really much to speak on that one. It was just 1-0, great free kick, and you got 3 points.
Kind of went how we thought it would go, to be fair. City, again, just pipping it, moments of magic, this type of things puts you in positions to win titles year on year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, City managed to scrape again.
That's what they do, innit? They just keep getting 3 points at this moment in time, except when they played you, so that's not bad. I will take that on the chin. Newcastle Villa was the next game that we kind of tried to guess. What did you say?
I said 2-1.
I said the exact same score.
We went 2-1. We did say Newcastle. We thought Newcastle would win. Maybe based on Villa's performance last week, scoring 4, they might get 1.
Yeah.
But again, it went back to with us putting Newcastle to win. We didn't think that Aston Villa, were going to be able to turn it around and get back-to-back wins. No. We didn't think they was going to back up that performance, especially against Newcastle at the minute, because Newcastle are flying, to be fair. So
I didn't expect 4, but I expected a win for Newcastle, which is why we both kind of shared the points.
4-0 is convincing.
Yeah. And my tip worked again.
Oh, yeah?
Joe Ellington scored.
But he got carded.
Joe Ellington got carded.
Oh yeah, after 6
minutes after, mate. Head loss. Literally.
Was it not someone else?
There was loads. There's loads in this week. I'll mention all of them, but not in this game. Ollie Watkins got a yellow for Villa, and obviously Villa didn't score, so it's not really giving himself any chance there at all. But yeah, no. Again, Callum Wilson penalty, Callum Wilson goal. He's basically saying to Gareth Southgate, "Pick me, innit?"
Yeah, he's definitely given himself a good shout for the England team. Trippier as well. I think probably Trippier is likely to play with the problems at right back. I think so, yeah. Trippier is likely to start at wing back. But yeah, Newcastle, you just have to give them credit. They just keep knocking on the door, slowly going about their business quietly. I think people are obviously now starting to take notice with these type of big victories, but they've been quietly just going about their business, winning games. We're the only team again to beat Newcastle this year. So yeah, flying.
Big, isn't it, really? And then Almiron again. Has he agreed his new contract and then he scored? Or what happened there? Was he waiting for it and he just scored anyway?
Yeah, we all said as well that I don't think that he's going to be in the long-term plans. Well, I was saying, but I just said starting 11.
At this performance level, though, isn't it? Like,
exactly, yeah. But then at the same token, we were saying that his work rate and stuff. Sometimes you can give up these lapses in other areas when your work rate is so high.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, I think it's kind of similar way I feel about Xhaka is I would drop him if I could. But because he keeps playing well, it's the same thing, isn't it, with Almiron? Like,
you don't drop people that are scoring goals, really, innit?
Definitely not. Not in a team that's trying to get top 4. Wherever you can get goals from is brilliant, basically. But yeah, no, good game. I don't think I saw all the goals of this one. I think I might have just seen Callum Wilson's goal. Do you remember Almiron's goal or anything like that?
No.
I don't remember the goals. But if we look at the stats, I can say, wow, 20 shots in total for Newcastle.
Yeah.
And only 3 for Villa.
Yeah.
3 of those shots, they had no shots on target. So you're not giving yourself a chance,
again,
as we
scoring
said.
4 last week and then you come and turn around and then put in a performance like that.
Yeah.
You got to give credit as well to Newcastle because they were clearly a better team on the day, but you've got to be doing a bit better than that.
Yeah, definitely. And then looking at Newcastle's stats, you've got 7 on target out of the 20, and then of those 7 shots, they've got 4. One of them was a pen, so that's not bad though,
4
really.
from 7, even though 20 from 7 isn't great, but 4 from 7 on target is good.
Yeah, it's not bad, to be fair. But yeah, no, again, I didn't see all the goals in this one, but if you followed my tip, whoever scores, most likely to get a yellow, especially if they're like hot-headed players. If they score, they're thinking, right, I can probably do something and get away with it. Even if I get a yellow, it's like, it's fine, I've scored. But yeah, we'll move on to the third game that we tried to guess. How did you see this one?
Bournemouth Spurs. See, I went for 4-1. I said there'd be quite a high scoring game and the goals would be more in Tottenham's favour. Again, it went the amount of goals that I said, 5 goals in the game.
5 goals, yeah.
But it was a lot more evenly split. Where Bournemouth were 2-0 up, obviously.
Yeah.
And then Tottenham just turned it around, just turned the game completely on its head. Close to a last minute winner as well, I believe.
Yes, there was definitely a last. It was 92 minutes when Bentancur scored.
So
they left it very late.
That's how easy it is that games can just turn around in the Prem. 2-0 up at home, kind of coasting, but then there's still so much time left on that clock. And Kiefer Moore got a second, still like 40 minutes left to play. Yeah.
But you'd think though, like, fair enough going 1-0 up in the first half, and then Tottenham come back. But 1-0 up in the first half, then 4 minutes after the restart, they scored again. Yeah. You're thinking, just stay here, innit? Just stay here and try and nick 3 points. You're at home as well. And then Tottenham just were obviously too strong for them and just came on. And again, another game where my tip worked. Ryan Sessegnon scored. Give it about 10 minutes, or in fact, give it 4 minutes and he's got a yellow. So it's one of those things that players they score and they just think...
Anyone else?
No, that was the only one where it happened for that one. Bentancur normally gets a yellow, but if he would have got one, it would have been way before 92.
Spurs, man. Spurs are a funny team.
They are. But the thing is that they're doing is picking up 3 points.
But they keep winning. So you can't fault it at the minute.
Yeah. Again, another game where we shared the points. 1 for me, 1 for you. I said 1-0 Spurs. That was the difference in goals.
Pretty much, yeah.
But they just conceded 2 and had to score 3, basically.
Yeah.
I probably would have said Conte would prefer winning 1-0 because then he just scores and then they just relax.
Go 2-0 down to Bournemouth then. He's definitely not happy about that.
Definitely not.
But then they went on and shown that they can score 3 goals.
Yeah.
You know, if
in a short space
the
of time
situation requires, they can. But it's just like sometimes they don't feel like they need to. But then obviously in these games you have to.
No, you have to. Yeah. Well, when it got to the 57th minute, Ryan Sessegnon scored. And then 73rd minute, Ben Davies.
You can always, from that early, when it's that early, you've got half an hour, more than half an hour left. Yeah. You can always see the equaliser coming.
Yeah, and then
it's just when the equaliser comes that you just...
Can you nick it?
Is there enough time,
Yeah, it's very true. On to the next game then. This one we thought was going to be quite tasty. Because obviously Graham Potter was going back over to the Brighton fans.
Yeah.
How did you see this one going?
I said 2-1 to Chelsea.
I went 3-1 Chelsea.
We were extremely wrong.
Completely wrong.
Extremely wrong.
Before we actually go on, before I forget about XG was completely wrong for Newcastle. They got 4 goals. It was between 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Villa was correct because they were supposed to get 0 and 1, and they did. And then the Bournemouth and Spurs game completely wrong. Bournemouth was supposed to get 0 and 1, and Spurs were supposed to get 1 and 2. Completely wrong on that one. So let me just jump back to the Brighton game. So yeah, you said 2-1, I said 3-1. We had a mare.
Both for Chelsea, yeah. Well.
Had a mare.
3-0 down in the first half. It was just
2 own goals as well.
2 own goals.
It's a joke. Absolute
just capitulation
joke.
in the first half, and then you just don't even. And Brighton are a good team as well, so you don't give yourself a chance really. I mean, they scored early in the second half. Kai Havertz early in the second half to kind of that could have, because they scored 3 goals in one half, so Chelsea should think that they can score.
3 goals 100%. They subbed their goalie.
So they scored 3 minutes.
Oh, Chelsea subbed off Kepa.
Kepa must have been injured.
And brought on Endo. Or he was just playing so bad because they conceded 3 goals.
Maybe. Who knows, man? Who knows?
But yeah, no, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
I saw a few pictures of Chelsea fans there, and they were just like heads down. Thinking that they've probably started off thinking, yeah, this is going to be a little 2-3-0, and then they've come away losing 4-0.
4-1.
4-1.
4-1.
Might as well have been 4-0. It's pointless, isn't it? What's that 1-0 going to do? What's that one goal going to do?
Goal difference is minus.
It's a consolation goal.
Literally.
And that donut, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang came on and done nothing, which I'm not surprised about. Collecting his paycheck, that hero. And then Pascal Gross scores again in 92nd minute. A few 92-minute goals.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Brighton, clear winners on that game.
We got it completely wrong.
But this is the Premier League, isn't it? These results happen.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing. There are a lot more higher standard teams in the Prem now as well. That these kind of results aren't too infrequent as well. Like
yeah, I'm just waiting for it to happen to one of us. Like you've obviously had it happen at Leeds. Not as bad as this, but still losing 2-1 at Leeds. And that was at Anfield as well.
Yeah, I was at home, yeah.
I'm waiting for us to get beat like 3-0 by Fulham, Mitrovic hat-trick or something, like, because these teams are doing it.
Yeah, they've got
Chelsea, this would never
in
happen.
it for sure, yeah.
It's crazy. This would never have happened to Chelsea.
But then Chelsea lost, what, 3-0 at Leeds or something?
Yeah, but Leeds just outplayed them off the park, which is what they did to us.
Yeah.
Which is what they did. Well, they pressured the defence, and Mendy had a mare as well. Yeah. Gave the ball away and they scored.
But these games can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Very easy.
And then looking at XG for this one, we've got Brighton completely wrong. They were supposed to score 1 and 2. And Chelsea was right because they were supposed to score 1 and 2 and they scored 1. So you would have got the Chelsea one right if you went with them on XG. Again, just crazy result from Brighton. Like, really well done to them on beating Chelsea 4-1 because I don't think we're going to beat them 4-1 on the weekend.
Potter must be raging about that, man. He must be raging.
Going back there and getting
you've got a promotion. Everyone's like, you've got a big promotion, if anything, really, from Brighton to Chelsea. Then your first game back there at the Amex, get smoked 4-1.
They've got to do them 5 or 6 at Stamford Bridge, innit?
Yeah, they've got to.
They've got to. But yeah, no, we got it completely wrong. I don't think anyone would have guessed that one, to be honest with you. So I'm not too sad about that one.
Brighton fans might have.
Maybe Brighton, yeah, because they're probably seeing how like their form, scoring 3 against you lot.
It's mad. 4 against United. What was that last year?
That's mental. And then on to the Palace-Southampton game. So Crystal Palace hosted Southampton. What did you score this one?
I said 1-1 because this is one of the games that I said I don't really know which way this game was going to go. Yeah, it was... I still think it could have went either way, really. Palace could have scored a couple of more, but so Southampton could have as well. But tight game. Palace will love that. 1-0 win at home. You just have to keep building just wins like that.
Literally. I said 2-0. I got a point for this one.
2-0?
Yeah, I said 2-0 Palace. I thought they were just going to be too strong for Southampton, especially with people like Wilfried Zaha and Oddard and who else you got? Elise. Who else is it?
Yeah, Elise, yeah.
And Eze, yeah. They just got too many powerful players, I feel like that.
Southampton got a goal again.
Eder got a goal and got a yellow.
There you go.
So it's working, mate. I'm telling you, it's working. It definitely works. But no, yeah, this game, I think Southampton need something from somewhere. Like they need
goals,
a crazy result.
We're saying like we're struggling to see where they score goals from.
Yeah.
So like I thought one was probably just about as many as they would score in this game. They didn't score any, obviously, in the end. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's strange because it seems like that Adam Armstrong and Shea Adams could have a decent kind of relationship. One of them's big and strong, can hold up the ball and flick it on, and then Adam Armstrong's
a bit smaller,
and can finish. Obviously, they're both good goal scorers as well, but if they don't, I don't know, they just can't seem to find enough.
I don't know.
They can't seem to find enough to get over the line in games at the minute.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And looking at the XG score for this one, it was perfectly right. So Palace was supposed to score 1 and 2, and they did. And Southampton was supposed to score 0 and 1, and they scored absolutely none. So yeah, perfect for XG again if you're doing the brackets. And I dare say that Southampton, they're looking like they're going down in it at this point. Obviously, we're early in the season, but they've shown me nothing.
Yeah, this is the thing. Though, at the same time, it can turn around also like
very
so quickly.
Yeah.
The gap between relegation and like mid-table and stuff like that is still quite short. So, but again, if they're not going to start scoring goals, you're right. They're going to get relegated in it because other teams in the Premier League will score goals now, and they've got players that have the ability to just nick one goal in a moment and stuff like that. So
I mean,
Southampton don't have that. So
yeah. No, yeah, literally.
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes you need moment men as well. When the game's quiet, one shot just from randomly or a dribble just beat a couple of players like. But I don't know really where they have that from at the minute.
Nah, I can't see it either. And looking at they're probably looking at games around them and thinking, Nottingham Forest are beating Liverpool. Leeds are beating Liverpool. Newcastle are getting points at against City. Like, do you get what I mean?
All these Southampton beat Liverpool at this point, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. But they're probably looking at it going, we need to get some points here because everyone else is leaving them.
A few points literally.
In games that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like Brighton shouldn't be. Obviously, they're not going to be in a drop zone.
These are kind of games that maybe Southampton should feel like they should be getting a result in.
Something, yeah.
This is fairly a mid-table game, you would think. Southampton are not proving it at the minute, and Palace
are a bit higher up,
creeping up the table. But this is kind of a mid-table game in my opinion. And yeah, you need to. If they win it at home, then it's kind of 0-0.
Yeah, really and truly.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see when it comes to that game, but they're just not showing me anything at the moment.
No.
And I don't think they showed their fans that much.
Definitely. They've got a decent squad, but yeah, like I said, they could definitely be a team that linger in the drop very easily. So yeah, but again, they're 17th and Palace are 12th, is it, or 10th? Scroll up.
Palace are 10th and these are 17th.
And they're 4 points apart, so Palace lose 1 week, Southampton win the next, they're only a point behind, and then yeah. So it can all turn around in it, but they need to turn around.
Yeah, they need to do
hurry up.
Because we've only now got 2 games now before the World Cup, literally. And if they're like them 2 games, they don't pick up any points.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
You're going into December like just down really. It's not good
for you. Good for motivation.
Definitely not. Well, we'll leave that behind. Hopefully Southampton can pick it up because I used to like watching Southampton. I think they got a good stadium. They got a good manager.
Good youth system and stuff.
And you nicked all their players, which is probably why they're not good anymore.
So I'm looking at who else can we nick from there, but no, it's not really. No one's standing out really.
No, that Lianco guy is just a head case. Just always gets a yellow. Flies into challenges for no reason as well.
You can put your mortgage.
On that guy's yellow. He's like more
in the big games when he's playing a decent winger. He just I don't know. I don't know how he got away with all them ones against Arsenal.
Oh yeah, no,
he's punched Jesus in the back. Like nutted.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
But it gets it off.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, what is going on here? No one's looking at this.
Don't make any sense to me, that one.
So yeah, he was a dead cert to get a yellow against Zaha.
Yeah.
Dead cert.
And Zaha got one as well because he got angry.
Angry reactions. Zaha was like, he's one of the players that does give angry reactions when players foul him and stuff, innit? So yeah, that was nailed on.
Obvious, that one, definitely. Moving on to the Brentford Wolves game. How did you see this one go?
Brentford Wolves, I went for 2-1.
2-1 Brentford?
Yeah.
You thought they were going to be too strong and I guessed 1-1 because I just couldn't see the difference.
Yeah.
And although Brentford have been playing better and Wolves have been on a dip, again, like similar to the Crystal Palace Southampton, this is a mid-table game.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, this was probably your version of my game where you didn't really know what was going to come. But 1-1, yeah, it's a good.
It's a good little draw there. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good pick. I don't know if anyone got a. Oh yeah, there you go. It's happened again.
Yeah, Neves scored.
Neves scored, and then about 30 minutes later, he went and got himself booked. Diego Costa sent off.
Yeah, violent conduct.
What a hero. What did he do? Did he headbutt someone? What did he do?
I can't remember. I can't actually remember the incident. I just remember it coming up that Costa violent conduct. So that could mean anything really. I mean, you need to tap players nowadays, and it's a red card of violent contact.
Yeah.
But Costa's not really
he's not going to tap you.
He gets himself quite involved in it, so
he's not going to just tap you. And I think when I heard the Wolves manager speaking about it after, he was kind of like,
he was accepting of it.
Yeah, he didn't really say it in these words, but he was just like, it's Diego Costa. Like, we know what we bought, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
He's going to get sent off now and again.
Yeah.
But if he scores a couple of goals here and there, that red card is whatever, really.
But now he's missing for 3 games. This is the problem and stuff, isn't it?
Which is wait until after the World Cup now. So.
And you're playing Wolves. That's your last game, isn't it? Arsenal's last game before the World Cup's Wolves.
I believe so, yeah. I believe so.
So they'll be without Costa, so that's buzzing for you, to be honest.
Well, yeah, no Costa. He normally does cause a problem. Yeah, we're playing them. Yeah, they're the last game, 12th of November, before the World Cup. Then.
But yeah, tight game again. Brentford Wolves. Kind of would have expected that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They'll both probably take that result, to be honest.
Yeah,
At the same time, I mean, they can't be too disappointed with it. They're similar sort of teams at the minute in their not in league position right now, but where they usually end up.
Yeah.
But this again for me shows how well Brentford have actually come on and progressed and kind of almost cemented themselves in the Premier League. Like they're
definitely
drawing games against Wolves. Wolves a couple of seasons ago were a cemented Premier League team. They're in a bit of trouble at the minute.
They are looking a bit in trouble.
You know, if Brentford can keep picking up results against these type of teams, they're just going to be in the Prem for years and years to come.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be in about it. I think Ben Mee was like crazy, like overhead kick kind of. He kind of fell and volleyed it, I'm sure his goal was. And I saw the Neves goal. That was kind of just like classic Neves, really. The geezer set it off at the edge of the box. One guy, I don't even know how, he must have powers, the geezer who was in front of him, because he just let it go. And I don't know how players here shout sometimes, because you're in a stadium full of people.
Yeah.
And he's let it go perfectly, and Neves has just slotted it in. So there's good goals in that game, to be fair. But yeah, I got 3 points. I'm buzzing with that one.
Take that. Definitely take that.
My first 3 points of the weekend. Buzzing. But yeah, no, there's not a way I could have scored this other than 1-1, because I just had no clue. Which is how you were feeling about Palace Southampton.
Yeah. I think if there was a difference, it would have been someone like Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he didn't get his goal on this game, and
again, that would have made it 2-1.
Yeah.
XG on this game, perfectly right. We had Brentford supposed to score between 1 and 2, and Wolves supposed to score between 0 and 1. And it was 1-1. So perfect. Perfect score for XG. And then we move on to the Fulham-Everton game. This one, I said would be high scoring. I said 3-2. What do you say?
I said 2-0 to Fulham.
And
I didn't think Everton would score.
It was a goal.
They did it. But neither did Fulham.
Literally.
Oh, these are the type of games that sometimes, when it's like the only game on, and you're just like, I might as well just Premier League football, let me just watch it, innit?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my gosh.
10 minutes in, you're like,
why have I watched this game, honestly?
Turn it off. And I just feel sorry for the fans at games like this. Like, nothing. 0-0. Just a couple of yellow cards. You got three yellow cards in the game. And just...
You've got to salute to the fans. Like, even Everton fans travelling
come all the way down. Mad.
To London to watch that.
We've had 24 shots in total from Fulham. 6 of those on target. We've only had 9 total shots from Everton and 4 of those on target. Where are Fulham shooting from?
Oh, they love it. They've got players like, this is the thing, they've got players like Pereira who love a shot from like random places, like De Cordova-Reid. Bobby Reid is playing
true.
like wing back now at the minute, and he still does get forward a lot, take shots.
Willian loves a shot over the bar as well.
Like, literally cut inside shot. Their centre midfielders shoot a couple of they shoot from
Look at the table
a lot
though.
of different angles. To be fair,
We've got 7th Fulham and 12th Everton, but there's only 5 points in it, so 2 games in it. These are the 2 games that are really important before the World Cup break, because if you nick the 4 points or 6 points, you'll probably fly up. Fly up. But yeah, and that's again, as Liam said, salute to the fans, because we couldn't even bother to watch it at home, and we were in the comfort of our own home.
Warm.
Yeah, warm and nice settee, and these lot are just out on plastic chairs and just watching the whole 90. So
Fulham Stadium ain't a great stadium either.
No, I don't know I wonder if they've got rid of the restrictive views, because the last time I went, there's poles in the way. It's mental. But yeah, no,
I'm not
nothing to
find out.
no. So. Unless they play Liverpool, then you might see some goals. But yeah, Fulham Everton, absolutely no goals in that game. There was pretty much just loads of shots, but no one with any quality.
Not of much quality, for sure.
And then the XG for that completely wrong. It said both teams would score between 1 and 2, and we've got both scoring 0. So XG wrong on that one. And then going on to my favourite game of the weekend, because you have to talk about Liverpool versus Leeds. How did you see this one going?
I said, what did I say? 3-1.
You said 3-1,
Yeah, at Anfield, I would have expected a performance to kind of turn around and put behind the Forest one. Away, these anomalies can happen once a season. Forest or whoever, like the team comes up, they might get a win against one of the top teams in it, and it happened. And I thought, well, back at home, surely you just win games in it at home. We don't. Yeah. Virgil's never lost at home.
It's always the first time for everything. It's the first time for everything.
But yeah, that was on the weekend, unfortunately. It's weird. Obviously, the mistake with Gomez and Alisson, miscommunication.
I heard a few people saying that Van Dijk might have been a bit to blame, but how do you feel about that? Because apparently if he would have just stepped across in time, he might have just cleaned it all up for everyone. But he just stopped running, apparently.
That's what I'm saying as well.
But the 2 people that are there should deal with it anyway. You're Premier League football, isn't it?
Yeah, and sometimes it seems like, I don't know, when someone is almost just through on goal, it's almost like a certainty. You know? Players kind of don't fully run back 100% in it, because he kind of it's a goal. It's basically an open goal. That's pretty much what happened. It was an open goal in it.
Yeah. 4 minutes in at Anfield, conceding is
a horrible start, and then not long after, Salah comes and equalises.
Yeah.
And then you think, okay, you can put that behind us. We've been going behind in nearly all of our games so far this season.
Yeah.
And sometimes we turn it around. Surely this could be one of them days.
Yeah.
We're back to 0-0, 1-1, whatever it is. Surely you can kick on now and win the game. And then there was just nothing, really.
Nothing, yeah. Then the player I mentioned last week, Somerville, who kept getting into really good positions but had no finishing.
Yeah.
Finally, he's got on the score sheet and he's won a game basically.
Yeah, won the game, good finish.
And a minute after, he's got a yellow, so he might have got a yellow for a celebration.
Definitely,
probably gets that.
Probably takes his shirt off. I reckon. Yeah, or goes in the fans.
But I'll take that for my tip, because a goal and a yellow, we'll take that.
That's why sometimes they come at the same time. Literally, players score and they celebrate, and they celebrate too much, and they get a yellow. That's why it's a good tip as well.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it. You can win it
almost immediately. I see someone on Twitter actually win, I want to say like $2,500 or something.
Wow.
They put on Somerville to score and be booked.
Legend.
It was like in play, innit?
And he did it all in the last minute as well. That's buzzing. They're lucky. They're happy they didn't cash that out. Yeah, they're buzzing. Literally. They are. But
it would have been in play, so the odds would have been pretty good in it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Not a good game.
Not a good game
for us. You've had 22 shots and they've had 14. You've had 10 on target, which is just about 40%, 45%. They've had 6, again, 40, 45%. So, not bad. It's no quality. 22 shots.
We're not even really finding...
It's no quality.
Finding goals. Like, we've had games where we've smashed teams, like Bournemouth 9-0, Rangers 7-1, Champions League.
Yeah. You should have spread them goals out.
Literally, that's what I'm saying.
You should have scored them all.
No, we didn't need to score 9 in one place. No. We didn't need to just gash ourselves out. But yeah, Forest didn't even score against Forest, and now we've only scored 1 against Leeds at home.
At home, yeah.
When we scored the first one in 15 minutes. You've scored 1 in 15 minutes. You've got 75 minutes to score another one at home.
At home,
You should be able to.
I don't know what's going on.
Even if they scored that 90th minute winner, which it turned out to be, you should have been 2-1 up or 3-1 up by that point anyway.
Yeah, so it'd just be
So
a
it would have
consolation.
been a consolation, or they've nicked a draw, which wouldn't have been great either. But it looks a lot better than this looks right now.
At home, this is not good. And then looking at the XG side, Liverpool were supposed to score between 2 and 3. Didn't happen. They scored 1. And Leeds were supposed to score 1 and 2, and they have, and they won the game. So
fair play to Leeds. Leeds they're a good outfit.
I think Leeds are really good
for anyone to play. We were saying this earlier as well.
Yeah.
They're difficult for anyone to play. Probably one of the hardest teams to play outside of top 6 or top 7.
I think our video was like hardest team away, and
hardest team to play away.
And they've got a home minute, so hardest team to play. Literally.
Outside of
So they're doing really well. I like their manager. I like the setup. The high press.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like old school Barcelona. Honestly, obviously they haven't got the players.
Like they're just not settled at Leeds, or there's something just not.
What do you mean, the players or
just in general? Like the manager, even.
I like the manager. He's really good.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just
he deflects really well off the players in the media interviews. He does really well. I think he brings on subs at the right time when certain managers like Kloppy are a bit. I don't really like Klopp substitutions.
No, he gets away with it sometimes with certain subs because they come on and score.
But it's like
time it happens. But
I'm looking at these subs here. You've got Rodrigo's scored and come off in 52 minutes for Pat Bamford. Great sub. He's a striker. Bring him on. That's fine. Harvey Elliott, a bit more attacking than Curtis Jones. Why have you brought him on? Why have you not swapped Curtis Jones for Fabinho?
It's similar of a straight swapping it. You don't mind straight swaps like you said.
Harvey Elliott's way more tricky.
Milner, bringing on Milner for Trent. Is this what's the point? You're going for a goal, or are we not? Or are we trying to hold this 1-1 now?
That's what's going on, isn't it?
What was that sub? Are we not trying to win the game? I don't understand.
Exactly.
Maybe Trent had a knock or something, but
and then just
10 minutes left.
Well, it just doesn't make any sense. And then Jesse Marsh, geezer that scored, Somerville gets subbed off for Luke Ayling, and they just close the game out. That's what a good substitution is. Waste time in the extra time, and you put a defender on so that there's just no chance of them scoring.
We tried to refresh the midfield, and then it just doesn't make sense.
It was that's why it was quite fun to talk about this one. And then going on to my second favourite game this weekend. Because I like to see Liverpool, Man City, and these teams lose because they rarely lose, especially at home.
Yeah.
So seeing it is just like, all right, cool, it can happen. Someone can beat them there. So
Virgil, I don't know what you're gonna do again, mate. We gotta do another. We have to reset it. We have to go 4 or 5 years again. Start it again.
They have to do something.
God.
But as I said, going on to my second favourite game, Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. You said 3-0. You weren't far off. I said 3-1 because I said we had Gabriel, and it nearly came true because he nearly gave the ball away and they scored anyway. But 5-0.
Good result.
Great result.
Who said when is Arsenal going to kind of hit that goal scoring glut in the game? And this is it.
This was it.
At home, 5-0. You couldn't have asked for it. But Reece Nelson comes on and gets 2.
Oh, it's brilliant. He ran them ragged down there left.
Martinelli early goal. That Martinelli goal sets it off.
Good header.
That Martinelli goal sets it off easy, man.
Very good header. Unfortunately, Arsenal scored 5 and no one got a yellow. That's how good we played.
Did you see Callux put a bit up?
What did he do?
He did 5-0 Arsenal. Martinelli, first goal scorer.
How's he got that up? How's he done this?
That's it. And it was only like 33-1 or something like that. 33 or 30, something like that to 1.
I thought that would have been 100 or 250.
I think he put like £100. I think he won like 4K or something.
That's not bad, isn't it? I'll take that.
Martinelli first goals. And 5 minutes and then 5-0. It's mad, isn't it?
That's a great header as well.
Yeah. Again, Thomas Partey.
Oh, what finish.
He's done that twice now. You put them goals side by side. It's the exact same goal. Yeah. And I think Arsenal, that's another threat. That's always another threat.
It's another goal option.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's always another threat.
And Oddie.
Back, perfect, let him smash it.
Finally, Liam, Oddie. He's put it in the back of the net.
My question is,
what?
This is the only thing that I was just like, this is the only thing that I can like. But where is Jesus' goals, please?
Don't worry about Jesus. Don't worry about Jesus.
He's doing everything for the team. He's doing everything for the team at the minute.
The thing is, this is like, look at this, yeah? Would I rather have someone like Lacazette up top who's going to stay there and we might win 1-0 because the midfielder scores? Or do I want to win 5-0 or 4-0 with our striker not scoring?
Yeah, obviously.
Do you get what I mean? That's what you got to look at. And that's the only reason these players are picking up these positions is because of Jesus. Because he drags defenders. What do you think when Reece Nelson came on, the Nottingham Forest team just didn't go, leave that geezer, we'll double up on Jesus. And then he scores 2.
It's true.
And they were always trying to mark Jesus, and Reece Nelson just had the space.
It's true.
So
I'm just saying that.
Jesus should score.
He has chances. That's what I'm saying. It's not that he doesn't have chances.
No.
Like it could have been 7. Or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he's getting chances in nearly every game that he's playing in now.
And I think that's
he just needs to. And if you score goals, it's kind of. Well, he would add even further, but he is adding as well. But, do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean. I think that's one of the reasons. That Pep actually looked to sell him, because he's probably saying, "Geez, we're scoring 4-5 a game. Where's your 1? Why is it not 6 now? Why is it not 7? Are you up top?"
You know, people he did score a few goals, didn't he?
He didn't score that many.
Not that many, but like someone like Inacho, it was similar. Do you know what I mean? He would come on and almost be guaranteed a goal.
Yeah, score.
City would smash teams by the time that he comes on, and he'll get his 1 goal.
Yeah, that's what they needed.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted. They wanted goal difference and they wanted to close the game. And Jesus sometimes doesn't offer that. Luckily, we've had enough players on the score sheet with quality.
Yeah, and you've got the main thing is different goal scorers. You're getting goals from Partey,
Reece Nelson after
goals. Reece Nelson after you've taken off Saka, arguably your best player.
Mm-hmm.
And you come on and he scores 2 goals. Partey, Odegaard finally as well.
What do you do as a manager? Obviously, if Saka's injured, we probably start. But the thing is, do you start Reece Nelson against Chelsea? I would now. They lost 4-1 to Brighton. Go for it.
Yeah.
Even if we drop points.
He scored 2 goals, he's probably confident. But I think Saka will play against Chelsea.
Oh, you think he's not injured? I hope he's not.
I think he probably will play against Chelsea.
I hope he's
not. But if not, you're saying, because of Nelson with 2 goals, just start him. Just see what happens.
Why not? And then if he's not playing well, bring him off at half time, bring him off at 50. Don't be that manager that's scared to do things.
And someone like obviously Nelson would know more about Arsenal, Chelsea rather than someone like maybe Vieira or
do you get what I mean? He'll be up for the game.
That's what I'm saying.
He'll be active.
Yeah.
Well, I think he might.
You can see how wingers kind of are going to perform early on in games sometimes. So you can always make the change if need be. Innit?
Yeah, exactly. Wingers is like, it's not like taking off a centre back.
Yeah.
It's not going to disrupt things that much. Maybe nowadays it does disrupt a little bit because the wingers are basically fullbacks and they drop back so much.
And forwards, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, it probably would affect the game. I don't know. If Saka's fit, he has to start Saka.
Obviously, yeah.
If he's not,
I think he'll play.
Yeah, if he's not, I think he has to start Reece Nelson because he just showed quality. Obviously, it was Nottingham Forest, but they're in the Prem for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not here for no reason. Yeah, definitely. And then the last game of the weekend, the last game, we thought this was going to be tasty. We both guessed that there'd be a total of 4 goals, and there's absolutely nowhere near that. What did you say for this one?
I said 3-1 to United.
You did say 3-1.
I thought that United would win. I thought they would win more convincingly.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a few chances. Rashford was proper up for that game.
Yep.
If I remember right.
Great header.
A couple of good headers as well, actually. Which
as a Ronaldo header.
It could have went on if you went either side of the keeper. He would have scored 2 headers in that game easily.
Great.
Ronaldo had about 3 or 4 chances. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. Like I was saying to you before, it's funny to watch Ronaldo now. Honestly, like watching him play is funny because he's just there for vibes. I don't know. He's just there to be as Ronaldo at Man United. I just kind of have to play.
I
was just watching it and I was just like, this is just funny now, to be honest, because it's just like
it is.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're here for, really.
I was gonna say, like the Saturday teams, when you've got one of your mates who's a bit overweight, he's not really stayed with it, so he can only play 60 minutes, but he's got unbelievable quality. That's what Ronaldo is to me now. You just play him for playing him.
Ronaldo's still a superhuman in terms of like his
That's what I'm saying, but he's kind of just clawed back on.
Yeah, I don't know.
On everything else.
It's strange. It's just like I say, it's funny watching Ronaldo. It is odd watching him.
I'm glad he's at United.
And like the crowd still buzzes when he does he stand the player up and then just do nothing, shimmy his leg and then just flick it somewhere and just like, alright.
I think Sancho done more than Ronaldo. I don't even think he played.
And the crowd love it, so yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing, but they love Ronaldo in it, so let them have.
Yeah, it'll be like if Stevie G came back and Henry came back for a season, but he actually scored a few goals and got us in the Champions League and that. So, But yeah, no, Ronaldo for them is...
Ronaldo's missing plenty chances in that game as well.
Yes. Luckily, the thing is, it's papering over the cracks because they're not being found out yet. Then they've beat us, they beat you.
Yeah.
Yes, they've done well as far. I don't think anyone did think that they would kind of do this well, to be honest with you. Because where are they in the table now? They're 5th now, which is like fair enough for United because I was struggling to see where they were going to go this year. Having Ronaldo up top.
Yeah. I didn't really ever think Ronaldo was going to always play up top.
Neither did I.
And I don't think he will be playing for much longer up top, to be honest. Like, I don't really see...
Where else do you fit him in? You can't.
You don't have to play him. I don't think...
Rashi needs to go up top and you just put Sancho back on the left.
Your team can be a lot more fluid by taking someone like that out and putting someone in that's going to link play better and stuff. Like, I know it was a Europa League game, but I remember seeing some goals with Rashford and Bruno and Martial, like them three linking up.
That was brilliant.
Like, and I was just like, you could play this then. You could have this.
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm happy that they're playing Ronaldo.
It's weird. It seems like Bruno's actually performing a lot better nowadays, with whether Ronaldo's there or not. But there was something.
He plays better about him.
Yeah, it was almost like Bruno wasn't allowed to play as Bruno because Ronaldo was there. He always like, I have to give it to Ronaldo, or I can't really take that many shots.
He does always try to find Ronaldo.
Yeah, but now he's taking more responsibility again, and he's performing a lot better.
Yeah, I think Man United have done well in the people they've signed. Casemiro, Eriksen, it's a good base there they've got. Obviously, Martinez is like shocked everyone.
He's a wicked signing. Yeah,
he's a very good defender.
Eriksen's a wicked signing as well, really, for a free transfer, and just a player with that much quality. Again, you can put a cross on a sixpence, and he did numerous times, and that was the difference.
Unbelievable. And their the fullbacks as well, Shaw and Dallo are for me.
I don't rate Shaw that much.
You don't like Shaw? Nah, it's not that I rate him.
He gets away with so much.
He does get away with a lot.
Gets away with so much.
But the one thing that I would say Shaw is actually really good at is awareness, which is the thing is, his quality is not there, but his awareness is unbelievable.
That's what I was going to say actually about Dallo, to be fair.
Yes.
Dallo in that game, I think the commentary, I think Neville was on the commentary, and they mentioned it about 5 or 6 times, and it was true. He kept on winning headers at the back post. Like, and it's always, and they were good headers. The quality of the clearance, it was honestly, he would flick it on and it would go out for a throw, or he wouldn't put it in dangerous areas, or put it out for a corner. Like, his awareness was wicked that game. Yeah, that's one of the best games I've seen Dallo play defensively, for sure as well. We've got like Trent and stuff like that. His awareness sometimes at the back post now, he's just thinking.
Oh, Trent, Gomez, all these people, they just lose it. Trent, he reminds me of like 30-year-old Glenn Johnson. He's
sometimes in his
awareness. My god!
But at least he's not Glenn Johnson going forward.
That's true. Glenn Johnson's alright, but not as good as Trenty. Nowhere near.
Yeah, Glenn Johnson. Oh gosh.
But XG score, it was meant to be between 1 and 2 for United, and it was. And it was also meant to be between 1 and 2 for West Ham. I vaguely remember me saying that they had the exact same XG. 1.47 and West Ham 1.47, yeah. So they had the exact same XG, and it kind of turned. And I did say to you, I feel like I did do 2-2, but I know when we were rounding off the conversation, I did say to you, looking at the XG, if anyone's going to nick it, it's going to be Man United because of the quality.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done, isn't it, really?
Basically. That's exactly how that went down.
So there's not much to say on that one, to be fair. Rashi didn't get a yellow, though.
No. Good win for United.
Great win.
Great win. I'll take that again. They keep winning games at home as well, man, because this is important. Keep
West
winning
Ham,
games at home.
13th. We should have done our prediction from last year, this year on West Ham.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing, man. They were like 17th before one of the games, and then they just propped up out of nowhere again. So yeah.
It's crazy. But at the end of this game week, looking at my points and your points, we came out exactly the same. You got 7, I got 7. We both got 4 results and 1 correct score.
I'll take that. 7 points.
7 points is good.
Yeah.
So overall now, you're still ahead by 1. You are now on 20 points and I am on 19. So in the next video, we're going to predict match day 15, I believe it is. Match day 15.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if I can kind of pip you at any point, because right now you've been staying in the lead for a while.
You're clawing it back, but these correct scores, I want to get another correct score. 1 or 2 correct scores would be beautiful in the game week. Beautiful.
Let's
Getting closer and closer. Getting closer and closer.
we are getting closer and closer. But thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you all again soon.
Thanks again. Take care.